Hi you guys, let's get started. So here of course is my traveler's notebook. This is Joy from the Chic Sparrow in a wide. It fits my summer plan books in here absolutely gorgeously, as you can see. And briefly I'll show you, I've got my June and my July plan book and my August and my Project Me, we'll get into that later, and my long-term goal book. So it is just packed full of deliciousness in here. I have a couple of my favorite things in here that I do love to kind of plan with. I will go over in another video on my favorite tools and things to write with and things that I just are my go-tos. We'll save that for another scope and really focus on a plan with me scope. As you can see, the formatting of and the method of this planner, the plan books and method, is that you have got, this is 1 month of full planning, and you've got a beautiful dashboard, your month's calendar, and your goals specifically for this month, which is obviously perfect for breaking things down. So here I will pull from these goals if I need to and put them into my week. Now here's some of how I already plan my days. As you can see, they're filled to the brim from the moment I wake up until the time I go to bed. It's that kind of thing. So really making sure that I'm detailed, and that way I can just shut the planner up and literally just act on what I've scripted for myself. It's really a wonderful way to plan your life, because it really just, it's kind of like you're professing your day and confessing your day all in detail. And when you do that, God just really blesses the work of your hands. I tell you what, girls, I'm a mom of 8 and I get a lot done, and a lot of that is and that's just not busy work. That's intentional, purpose-filled days. Okay, there's a difference between being very productive in your days, as in terms of just banging out to-dos and just being busy and grinding it out and hustling. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about fulfilling, utilizing and using your role and doing it. So if you're a mother, being at home and really being an intentional mother and being ever present, and really being organized in the home and cleaning the home and taking care of the home, and then also making sure that you're taking care of you and fulfilling your needs and doing and fulfilling your goals that you have that move you toward your dreams. And all of that is intentional and purposeful planning. So it's not just driving everyone to soccer and you're able to also clean the house and get dinner on the table and you're exhausted, you throw kids in bed and you kick them to bed and you pass out. That's not what I'm talking about. It's a lot different. So when I plan out my days, now here, this is my Monday. I even, today is Monday, okay? But I saved this so that I could show you what I mean. Now here is some pages that I've already prepped. You can go back on my other videos too, and I can show you how I did them. These are using acrylic. This one's watercolor. So I've got a good 5 days here prepped and ready for me to script and for me to show you how I do this. Now this was Sunday, it was Father's Day. So since Monday is already come and gone, I tell you, I could tell that I did not have it planned because I floated along. I could just feel it, and but that's okay. That it's for the good of the group, right? It's for the good of the group. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you really quick though, since this day's already come and gone, I am going to just show you then how I do a cheat with calligraphy using my Papermate Flair, which is my, all-time favorite. I've said that about 1 billion times. So what I would do, this is all dried and ready for me, is let's say I'm going to write Monday up here. So, if you're new to calligraphy, then practice it, and in no time you'll be good. That's just how it is. Now here's the cheat. Instead of doing it as I am, because with calligraphy you go thicker on the downstrokes and thin on the upstrokes. So since I really don't have a pen that's conducive for this kind of writing, and then this is my cheat, okay? And you'll find this kind of cheat everywhere. And you know, now normally I don't even draw it out like this. I'm just trying to show you. What I'll do is I'll just kind of go like this, and you know, I fill it in. And see, it's just makes it look like you really, I hope my head is not in that shot there, but here we go. And I hope you can get the gist of this. So there you go. Isn't that cute? And it's all ready to plan. Now what I love to do too, geez, I don't even know, this would be the 20th. So I may come over here and just kind of jot down the date. And I just do it over here because who wants to be boring? So I kind of date it and do it as I go. So here, what I would normally do, and you know what, I'm not even gonna do this because I've already done this day, and I'll come back to this and kind of just scribble in what I did instead, and kind of so I can mark that day. So to be different now, I'm going to go ahead and do Tuesday. And I'm going to do it over here because I like to live on the wild side. You know, what are you going to do? So there we go, and I will come back and fill this in on the downstrokes. I go down here, go down here. So I won't do this throughout the whole thing. I do not want to bore you to death. I know you've got the idea. But this is kind of how you just kind of get prepped and started. And, you know, I think for me here, I'll just one. So, and I won't even darken that. I think I like it just the way it is. And so I'm gonna try to, no, this isn't gonna work too well for me too. I am really stuck with this goofball tripod. I'm like totally crazy with this kind of stuff. Okay, so here now what I'm gonna do is, and I'm just thinking of my tomorrow, and I'm telling you, I'm even gonna, because my brain thinks as a whole for the week. I don't even necessarily just think on the one day. I'm also thinking, okay, well, I'll need to do that on Wednesday. So what I'll do is I'll just say, okay, I'm gonna get up. My sleep has been good, so I know I don't need to sleep in. This is how detailed I get. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna definitely make sure that I get up by 6 a.m. tomorrow. And I always script it because it just helps my brain then accomplish it. So I rewrite things because it's telling me what to do. It's kind of like I'm programming it in my brain. So do my, and I wrote stop, that's uncool. Do my top 3. This is what I'll do, see? Make that into a heart. I don't know why I wrote that. Okay, so do my top 3, which is always and it can vary, but usually I stick to the same. Shower, dishes out of the dishwasher, and I start the laundry. So that's how I really start my morning. I really hit the ground running with doing that, and that way I'm prepared for when my kids wake up. No one's saying, you know, everyone knows where to put their dishes when they're done eating, and I already have laundry going, which is perfection. Not to mention I'm showered, okay? That's so important to me, because once my toddler wakes up, my chance of getting in next is only when other kids can do it and help, and you know, I don't even want to wait around for that. So I get that banged out. Then is when I will do my devotions and any Bible journaling, And I'm going to work in my devotional traveler's notebook that has all my devotional plan books. That'll be for another video. I got my coffee delicious. So here is what I'm writing this down now. I do devotions and journaling after I bang out that because of the variables with having kids. I just want to make sure that I get out that top 3 banged out. That way I am free now to say, okay, coffee, devotions, because even if babies start trickling out, they can kind of hang out on the sofa a little bit and I can still do my devotions, read the Bible, do whatever I do is my little me time in the morning. So that's what I plan on doing there. Now, sometimes my brain will function like, okay, what are we doing? Now, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I know we're not going to go to the beach. But over here, it's supposed to be hot. So I know over here, I'm going to be totally beaching it. So I know that since it's kind of going to be a rainy day, that I'm going to need to do some things differently. So after the kids, I'm going to write this down so I'm thinking it through, okay? It's a process. It's kind of, you're just visioning out everything. So I'm going to have the kids eat some breakfast. We're going to clean up. Teeth brushed. Okay, got to write that down for the kiddos. And dressed by 10. And then I would say I just have a couple of things that I needed to do and go to the store with. And so I'm going to go ahead and say that I want them, we'll get out of here around 11 and I'm going to run to Hy-Vee here, this grocery store, and get the things. Now notice, this isn't where I keep this isn't where I keep lists of what I'm going to be getting at the store. This is not where this goes. That would go in my errand runner, and I'm going to go grab that really quick. So here's my errand runner. This is also going to be another scope. I'm not going to go into it. It's going to take too long. This is the errand runner. This is where I keep errands, okay? This is a Chic Sparrow. I'm going to be selling these in my shop early July 2016 here, so look out for those. These are just so valuable. This is where I keep those lists, grocery lists, all of that kind of good stuff, wardrobes, and even a place for notes. So this here has just been a dream to me, and I absolutely adore it. So as you can see, I don't need to write down what I needed at the grocery store. I have that in my errand runner. So all I need to say is, hey, I'm headed out here. So I'm going to do that, be home by lunch, and I'm going to go ahead. The boys have been really wanting me to make pigs in a blanket, so we'll go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and plan for that I'm going to go ahead and make the dough. You can find that recipe on my Plan on Perfect Meals blog. It's so delicious, I can't even tell you, and it's relatively quick and easy to do. So pigs in a blanket for lunch, and then we'll clean up for the afternoon. And sometimes I'm going, okay, now since I don't know exactly what's going to be happening right in here at this moment, I'm going to put down dinner. And what I plan on doing. So here I know I'm going to be doing these pork chops over these cannellini beans and fennel. Okay, so I'm writing down my dinner, so I'm prepared for that. Now Bella, so now I'm thinking my Bella is gone and she'll need to be picked up. She'll need to be picked up in the evening. So Bella needs to be picked up from Abby's. my other daughter's house after she's done at horses. So I'm writing this kind of stuff down. So I'm just really kind of mapping things out. Who's going to be doing this one right here? I'm going to either have or one of my older kids. So I'm even kind of jotting that down because I'm thinking in advance on what I want to do. So here I'm going to use this time here in the evening to work in my Project Me book, which is the Wren here. This is something that I am really working on, and stay tuned for that because it'll be a really fun group that I am starting for us ladies to work in this Project Me together and to bettering ourselves. And so that's for also another video. Call Dad if you want. So here I'm going to be working on this, and I'm thinking that my Blaine can take a bath and I can kind of watch him and work in my book. And he can brush his teeth and his jammies, and I can kind of snuggle up next to him after that and continue working on this. So that's kind of how I think of my evening and how I can really utilize it to my best advantage and all of that before babies do go to bed and all that kind of good stuff. I'm still going to try to be thinking of something creative we can do here in the afternoon. That's some brain power that I just am not sure yet. And so I'm going to leave that open, and tonight I'll go back to that and take a look-see. Now, also too, so this is something in terms of me and even some of my personal goals. I will tell you, right as I just said that, now I know what I do need to do in the afternoon and reserve a pocket of time for it. Is I am in the process of finishing up my fall plan book. So my fall plan books need to be painted, finished up. Create more prints. So now here, this is a personal goal. This is something that I'm doing for me. It's something that's for my business and something that is joyful for me. So what I was going to do now, I've always said to mark things in detail. Now to even just write down something that you want to do for yourself in particular, just to jot it down and to say, okay, well, I'll just go ahead and do my fall plan books and paint in the afternoon. Well, that's all good and dandy and really cool to write down. But however, this could easily fall by the wayside because if something happens with the babies, or if Blaine is really crabby, my 2-year-old, or something, this will get pushed out, okay? Because it's not something that, this is what us moms always do. The one thing that we want to do is one thing that gets pushed out because we, we serve, we're moms, it's what we do. And so we're like, okay, we'll push that to another day. But what you can do to be successful in obtaining your personal goals, especially as a mother who's got a lot of things on her plate, is that's why you're detailed and you think through this through. So I'm already thinking right now, I don't have my older daughters. They're not going to be here. Okay, that's a check mark against me right there. So I'm left with sons at home. And that's not very good and promising. However, I could very well get them to play, they do this for me, and get them to play with Blaine for a good hour. And then I'll go take him out for an ice cream cone or something. So let's go ahead and say that I think I'm going to do that. So that'll be a good right after lunch thing to do. They go ahead and play with Blaine. So boys play with Blaine. They're going to give me 1 hour of their time, of their lives. And then we'll all run out and get some ice cream. So as you can see, that looks totally perfect and totally fun. Something fun to go run out. And then the boys can run around and play outside. If it's not too, depending on if it's raining or not, but and in the sandbox and all that good stuff. So that's kind of what I kind of see myself doing and watching them be outside. And I like to bring a book out there or work on my stuff while I watch them play outside. So I kind of do that. Now I will say, this is an illustrated faith stamp. I love it, okay? Totally love it. So I may even, just for fun, I kind of just copy what they do for their, what they do. What did I have? I have the hearts, which I think is cute, and it's already June 21st. So yeah, this is totally, this is like something that's very promising. As you can see, I've got something in me in there. I use this StazOn, and man, so I just kind of stamp it like that. It's kind of fun. I love doing that. An example of how sometimes how I can use, I already pre-created a tab. I have another video on my tab maker that I have, so go check that out. So I just painted on this and wrote believe, okay? And this, of course, is that Tombow little dots adhesive. So I'm just going to do the bottom of it here. And sticker, I don't like them in my plan book, especially because these really aren't acting as tabs, okay? So I just kind of stick it like that. And I may use a little bit of washi. I don't know if that's my fave at this moment. Let's see. No. I'm going to use the hearts. This is an Illustrated Faith one too. And it's kind of transparent so I can see my writing through it still. So that's kind of cute and I love it. And that's a good page. Now I may add in, of course, my tip-ins, girls. So here's one of my combs. These are also coming out in July. All my tip-ins. There's going to be a gazillion, okay? So here's a Heidi Swapp washi. I really like it. This is how I would do this tip-in. Okay, and I'm just going to tip this cutie right there because we're going to go get some ice cream. And what I would do then after that is on the back side, I love to write down the memory of what we did and the memory of this day. And just kind of like, yeah, this is what we did. We went and got some ice cream and we had a really good time. So here's a full brain dump load of what I plan on doing from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed and everything in between, you know. It's got me in there. It's got the kids in there. It's got my dinner, what I'm doing after dinner. It's a really big thought process. And this is just, and in terms of even just tackling things, it's very realistic. It's something that I keep my life really lower paced as much as I can. I do not like a fast-paced life. I don't like kids in summer camps and activities. They can play with some freaking Legos, okay? That's how I look at it because you know, we're a huge family and I'll play in the sandbox, okay? That's our fun. And we're going to go to the beach. So we actually have a lot on the lake. So I'm thinking, wow, this is going to be a lot of fun over here. So now I'm going to give you just preview of these 2 days. I'm going to get up early again, 6 a.m., do top 3. Now, since it's going to stay the same, I'm just going to leave it. Now how I, just going to show you something that is fun and pretty and artistic, then I will. So I will just, one of my flowers that I like to do, this is acrylic. I just think it looks super classy on against the nude acrylic. I hope you guys can see this. It's kind of hard with my lighting. It's kind of poor. Maybe that'll help. So I'm going to show you now that I can stick see how pretty that is, and then what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of red, tap that in there in the center, and maybe swirl around it too. And this paper takes this acrylic really well in the plan books, so I wanted to make sure that this paper was top of the line, and it's what I did. And because I am using it, and I want you girls to have the same amazing experience that I'm having using these books. So now I'm feeling cool, got that going. So I'm gonna get up we're gonna go ahead, and it's going to be a beach day. So we can go ahead and kind of label that. So now I'm thinking, okay, if I'm gonna be going to the beach, I'm not gonna do my hair and be nuts. So my shower is gonna be an in and out type of thing. And so it's going to be a beach day. So when I get up, I'm gonna get into my devotions though. And then I'm going to pack our lunch with snacks. So then the kids up, get them dressed in their suits, teeth brushed, and breakfast done. It should be an easy breakfast, so I'm already thinking that out if I've got the food for them. So I am writing that out. I'm then thinking that I will, we're going to clean up and make sure the house spotless before we go. And I want to make sure that the washer is available for when we get back for all the towels and swimsuits. So that's kind of a thought that only you really think about if you're planning your life in this way. So here now, everyone's shower. Home by around 3. We're gonna leave around 11. It's the best time. Home by around 3. Everyone's shower. Swim gear in washer. So then I'm going to prep dinner, and I'm gonna write down what I'm making for dinner and clean up and go down into my evening and really think about how I want that evening to go. And this is where I can put a lot of me in here, since I've got this going on. They can play quietly and I can kind of get caught up in some of my stuff. So you know, there you have it. There is how I adore planning my life. As I draw tonight, I will dig in and do all of it for the whole week. Get in here. I also might switch it up. This thing's so cool. Do it as an arrow and do the 22 because it's the 22nd. And this just kind of gives it a fun look. I've seen the girls do this in their Bible journaling, and it's just kind of cute. I just put a little bit of washi on the side there. what I like to do too is do a stem. And then I may even go around here to help make this pop more. It's still a little wet. So there you have it. I mean, there are my planning pages, a little plan with me tutorial of how I would go about really diving into my week, sprinkling in goals for me into my days. This is a place where, you know, if you know you've got to paint your toenails, I'm telling you, moms need to be real specific. I'd be like, okay, after dinner, I know I'm gonna throw the kids in bed and then I'm gonna go ahead and paint my nails and put some stuff on my coconut oil on my feet. And it's that kind of vision that really takes care of you, takes care of your family, keeps your house organized, and keeps you on track for following your dreams and being a woman who lives on purpose and intent. So these are just some example pages. I will do more plan with me's, especially if I've got different circumstances or things where I'm more heavier on my goals or something of that nature. So again, you can also leave little pockets. So fill out your whole week. You can leave pockets for spontaneity. If it looks empty, like, geez, what am I going to do? Dream about what to do. Call your kids in the room and say, hey, what do you want to do? If the weather's going to be this way, what would you like to do together? And just kind of dream up ideas. Go back into your goal pages in here and look at what you've got down. So if I've got in my personal goals here of what I want to accomplish, then this is something that I'm going to dive into and take a piece if I've got an opening in a day and put it in. So that's exactly how this method works, which is very, it's just a dream to work in. It's got everything you'll ever need to plan your life, and it's inspiring, it's functional, it's delicious. It sparks creativity, and the blank pages help you become uncrutched from other people's vision and makes you rely on using your own tuition and vision that you want for your life. This is vital here. You need to be able to do that, and you need blank paper, and you need a lot of room because you're going somewhere with your life. That's it for right now. Until another plan with me and other videos that I will be having, which there'll be plenty to come. Until next time, bye-bye.